I don't think that we can ever have peace with my family unless the truth is out there.
Welcome to MsMojo, where we'll be counting down the sassiest exchanges from the House of Windsor.
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
Number 10. Grumpy world leaders.
President Biden and the First Lady will be meeting Queen Elizabeth this month. The face-to-face encounter is expected to take place in the UK following the G7 summit.
The late Queen Elizabeth II lived to the grand age of 96, making her reign one of the most impressive in global history. In 2021, despite being in her 90s, she was still as sharp-tongued as ever. This was proven at the G7 summit, held at the Eden Project in Cornwall.
It's been revealed that senior members of the royal family, including the Queen, will arrive here this evening to meet with G7 leaders.
Her Majesty was joined by a variety of world leaders, including Joe Biden and Boris Johnson. At one point, she sensed a hint of negativity in the air. This prompted her to remark,
"Are you supposed to be looking as if you're enjoying it?"
Yes, definitely.
No one except the Queen could be that sassy towards the world's most powerful people. Number 9. Seen to be believed. Privacy is one of the few privileges these monarchs don't have. Their job is to serve their country, which involves constantly appearing at events all over Britain and the globe.
They are the most talked of family in the world. But for today, the King is simply the happy father, photographing the little princesses for his personal motion picture library.
It's something monarchs have done for centuries, long before Elizabeth I, let alone the second. This is an aspect of Elizabeth II's job she took very seriously. She took it so seriously, she would famously say, "I have to be seen to be believed."
I told it had to be upside down for the press. As they can see. I don't matter.
In a digital world, her insistence on keeping a physical presence has a no-nonsense edge to it. It's like saying she doesn't need theatrics. Her visibility is more than enough to reinforce her authority.
I think I might just put a knife in it.
Number 8. Can't wait to be king. Prince George is one of the newest royals, born to William and Kate in 2013. He's still a long way from adulthood, and by extension, being a king. Regardless of that fact, he doesn't shy away from asserting his authority.
And Prince George did so with enthusiasm, not for him the dignified royal wave.
His parents have informed him of his royal lineage, something he's used to elicit respect from his classmates. Prince George apparently tells his classmates, "My dad will be king, so you better watch out." Most kids brag about their parents' strength or wealth, but George can one-up them all by dropping the monarchy bomb.
Introduction to the school for you today. It's a pleasure to have you with us. So come on up. All right, come on through. Thank you.
Number 7. Argument with the Queen Mother. The Queen Mother was quite the sassy character herself, which is probably where Elizabeth II inherited her wit. She also lived an exceptionally long life, dying at the grand age of 101. There are many examples of hilarious interactions between the two.
Do you know that I haven't watched from a pair of binoculars for ages?
One comes from when the pair attended a show in the West End. It seems they were having a minor argument, prompting the Queen Mother to ask her daughter, "Who do you think you are?" Elizabeth II responded, "The Queen, Mummy, the Queen."
Pouring with tears. Oh dear. I always watch on the television. It's the emotion. No, I watch on the television. No, Mummy, if you look into the wind like that.
Her mother's response is undocumented, but we're certain she had no chance of retaliating against it. Number 6. Princess Anne and the photographers.
They were almost pretending they weren't there, so engaging them in conversation was always quite, they were always looking, "Oh, I'm not really here. I don't really want to talk to anyone."
One of the royals who takes the least nonsense is Princess Anne, King Charles III's only sister. In her younger years, she was a talented horse rider, so skilled that she competed at the 1976 Olympic Games.
The first Royal Olympian.
It is probably the most dangerous sport on the planet.
Her career wasn't mistake-free, however. In 1982, she accidentally fell off her horse. At the time, journalists reported that she told them all to naff off afterward. Later, reports revealed the reporters had fabricated the naff part. She'd actually said something a lot ruder, but not family-friendly enough for tabloids' news articles. It makes sense, since naff is pretty tame for a woman as savage as Anne.
Yes, well, I can see 4 anyway.
Okay, fair enough. Actually, you don't need me. You know what I look like.
Number 5. Kathy's Clown. The American rock duo, the Everly Brothers, was remarkably successful in the 50s and 60s, so much so that even the Queen started listening to their tracks. Unlike artists such as ABBA, Fred Astaire and Vera Lynn, Her Majesty wasn't fond of what she heard. It's safe to assume she hated them, since she believed their hit single Kathy's Clown sounded like 2 cats being strangled. That didn't stop the track from becoming their best-selling single. A band who loved it were the Beatles, who fascinatingly once considered calling themselves the Foreverly Brothers, a much less catchy name. Number 4. Driving King Abdullah. In Saudi Arabia, women were banned from driving until 2018, a phenomenally late year to enact basic law.
It will change my life, it will change my family.
It's freedom.
Yeah, it's freedom, yeah.
In 1998, Prince Abdullah of Saudi Arabia went on a state visit to Balmoral, a Scottish royal estate. After a spot of lunch, the Queen asked if Abdullah would join her for a drive. He was frightened when Her Majesty sat behind the wheel, then got even more scared when she started zooming through the estate, talking the whole time. The prince was so terrified he begged her to slow down.
In my grandmother's day, there would never have been any ivy anywhere.
Her driving skill is hardly surprising, since she was a trained mechanic and truck driver in the Second World War. Number 3. Harry's memoir, Spare. One of the most divisive royals is undoubtedly Prince Harry. As King Charles III's younger child, it's unlikely he'll ever take the throne, which makes him feel like a spare. This became the title of his 2023 memoir, released after his exit from royal duties.
Then the release of Prince Harry's autobiography Spare has just about destroyed all hope.
It's one of the most personal critiques of the family ever published. Written by Harry himself, the traditional royal code is never complain, never explain. But by publishing Spare, he shattered the code.
Of course, some members of my family will never forgive me for writing a book. Of course, they will never forgive me for lots of things.
It's painted the royal family as being emotionally cold, manipulative, and image-obsessed. It includes tons of savage moments like calling Camilla an evil stepmother and his brawl with William.
Prince Harry writes about a fight he had with his brother in 2019 over Meghan Markle, a fight that he says turned physical when his brother grabbed him by the collar and pushed him to the floor.
Number 2. Harry and Meghan's Oprah interview. In 2021, the controversial royal couple was interviewed by Oprah Winfrey in a monumental television special.
The most important question to be answered here at the end of this show will be, why did they leave?
It was a direct takedown of the monarchy's image, which had some humongous allegations. For instance, they accused the family of racism regarding their children's skin tone. Meghan also revealed she felt isolated from the family, which took a huge toll on her mental health.
I'm not going to live my life in fear. You know, I think so much of it is said with an understanding of just truth.
Millions took their side, sympathetic to their struggles. Others were outraged, saying they were liars who were being excessively dramatic.
Were you trying to have it both ways? You wanted to step back, but also keep your foot in royal business, it seems.
A year later, the pair released a Netflix documentary, which was similarly controversial. It also strengthened their opponents' arguments, who thought they weren't interested in a quiet life.
And I guess because I was so exhausted, I was just really grateful that someone seemed to ask me something like I was a human being.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Poisonous lilies. Elizabeth II jokes to a gardener about being poisoned by gifted lilies.
Gentle.
Eric Clapton sass. Elizabeth II asked Clapton a rather condescending question.
Taking quite a long time.
About, 40 years.
Football quip. Her Majesty once called footballers prima donnas.
It's quite complicated now, hasn't it?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Diana's Panorama interview.
When no one listens to you, or you feel no one's listening to you, all sorts of things start to happen.
Long before Megxit, Diana was the first royal to publicly expose issues within the family in 1995. It shocked the world, breaking numerous unspoken royal rules. She spoke openly about dark topics like her depression, her marriage's infidelities, and her bulimia.
Is that true?
Yes, I did. I had bulimia for a number of years.
Diana even questioned whether Charles was fit for the job of king.
I would think that the top job, as I call it, would bring enormous limitations to him. And I don't know whether he could adapt to that.
Soon after, the Queen ordered a divorce between the couple. Public opinion of the monarch changed forever, with people largely taking Diana's side. The press turned Diana into the people's princess, portraying her as a woman wronged. That's why it's easily the most savage moment and sent shockwaves across the globe.
Why is she strong? Where does she get it from? Where is she taking it? Where is she going to use it? Why do the public still support her?
Were there any scathing quips we forgot to mention? Let us know in the comments below.
Is that all?
Well, I had knowledge of it.